Previously on Fintastic Freaks.
Hold up.
What? How's it going, everybody? To those of you that are here and new to my channel, my name is Austin, and welcome to Fintastic Freaks. So those of you that have been around for at least a little bit, if you recall back in my anniversary video with all the Fishroom progression video and current Fishroom video, you'll notice at the end, or if you stayed to the end, there was something recently added to the Fishroom that hasn't really been shown off, let alone talked about really at all. Of course, I am talking about this water trough here, which is kind of serving me as like a indoor pond, I guess you could say. So yeah, I guess you can call this the first ever indoor pond, or pond of any sort that I've done now. And if luck is on our side, it won't be the last either. But now that you guys see the pond, I'm sure that if the question hasn't already popped in your head, I'll put it there for you now. What's in this thing? Well, let's take a look, shall we? So you see one of the little fish there. We have 3 turquoise jewel cichlids in here who have a few places to hide. They kind of like to hang out over there by the little hornwort forest I made for them. As you might have just saw another one of them swimming over there. They like to hang out in these little logs as well as this little pirate ship. They're like the tiger barbs. They like to play pirates once in a while. Arrgh. Filtering it all here is a 180 gallon grade sponge filter, and after about 2.5 weeks here, as you can see, the hornwort is green and the fish are colorful and healthy, so far so good. But obviously, as you all know, 3 little turquoise cichlids don't need a whole 120 or 30 some gallon indoor pond. So what's really in there? Some of you may recognize him from my fish swap video from here in Omaha. So what you're looking at is a Lima, or Lima, shovel-nosed catfish, and not to be confused with the tiger shovel-nosed catfish. These guys grow only about to 18 inches, which is still pretty big, but when you look at the fact that the tiger shovel-nosed catfish grows up to 4 feet big potentially, yeah, 18 inches doesn't sound so bad. As you can see, the catfish also likes to play pirates with the cichlids sometimes. Maybe he plays the part as the kraken. Unfortunately, the catfish pays absolutely no mind to the jewel cichlids, and the jewel cichlids leave him alone as well.
Bye, have a great time.
The catfish likes to eat more pellets and bloodworms and frozen krill more so, and really, even if he wanted to, these jewel cichlids are too big to fit in his mouth by a considerable margin yet. He usually just sticks to carnivore pellets, as well as jumbo bloodworms and occasionally frozen krill. Obviously, we'll have to figure something out before he does become of the size, and by that I guess I shouldn't say figure out. We do have a tank that's getting prepared for the 3 jewel cichlids, so that this catfish here can have this trough all to himself until his new home is established and ready to go. But I think we need to come up with a name for this guy. If you have any suggestions for this little guy, or I guess big guy would probably be more appropriate, nothing really little about him, let me know what you suggest down in the comments below. And right before we wrap up this video, as I'm sure you noticed at the beginning of the video, the 55 gallon tank has relocated. We have put it now where the 185 bow there used to be, and now put the 55 in its place, which is kind of why my fish room is a little messy right now. But now between our 46 bow and our 36 bow over there, we have a space where we can fit both the 29 and the 38 gallon tank over here where the 55 used to be, creating more space there. Thus the 20 and the 7 semi-hex are going to go somewhere over here, where they're out of the way and still not sticking out too far. And then of course that corner tank is going to move somewhere along the side in this general area as well. And this 75 right here is probably going to go against the back wall here to create the last bit of space that we need for our big project. And I'm sure a number of you may already have a pretty good idea of what I may have up my sleeve here, but I'm not quite ready to give confirmation on too much here yet, as there's a lot in the works here yet. Thinking about a lot of stuff here yet, and obviously, as you can see, it's the wall here. Plenty of work to be done yet, so long ways away yet. Speaking of coming a long ways, check this out. That's right, guys. We got water in this big thing finally. And after 3 days of testing, so far, so good. So yes, this tank is 1, finally my fish room. 2, it has water. Although all this water is going to be drained out eventually, as something you always want to do with a used tank, if you didn't already know, you always want to leak test it to make sure, well, it doesn't leak, because nobody wants water on their floor. Especially with a tank of this magnitude, leak tests are pretty much mandatory, because, well, 240 gallons is a lot of water. I think this tank, within a couple of days, we're ready to start setting it up. And boy, oh boy, are these rainbows and angelfish in for a treat once we get that baby going. But there's another fish room update. As you see, finally got the 240 down here, finally got some water in it. So far, so good after a few days of leak testing. Hopefully it remains that way for a few days more. I want to make sure that it doesn't cause any problems, so I'm going to let it sit for a couple to a few days more. And had to show you that catfish because, yeah, he's really awesome, and he's going to get even better as he gets bigger. Going to be a handful perhaps down the road, given the size that I told you he gets later. But nonetheless, a really fun fish. If you like this update video, folks, give it a thumbs up. If you have a name suggestion again for that catfish, or maybe we should start thinking about some more ideas of what to put with these guys and the 240 over there. If you got suggestions for that, also leave those in the comments below. If you're new to my channel here and have not done so already, please consider clicking the subscribe button. It lets you stay in the loop with everything I do down here. Fish room updates. I got a couple of fish care profiles on the way. Seems like you guys always like those, and I enjoy doing them as well. Along with so many other things, folks. Obviously, the 240 is right around the corner, as I keep saying. Keeps getting closer and closer every day. And lots here on the way yet. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching my video and all the support. It means so much to me. I can't even put it in words to you guys. Y'all are awesome. And I will see you all in the next video. Stay fantastic.